feeling? Good, good, good. My name's Alan Cox. Thanks for being here. Sounds very loud in my headphones.
Yeah,
What is
that blew me out. It's probably the new setup.
Really?
I mean, maybe.
Okay. It's like there's a lot of high end or something.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Hey, whatever it takes.
Bill Squire's right there.
Hey, creepy hugs.
There's a lot of high end in there. Poundcake is back in Studio G.
Afternoon, white people. Hello.
He sounds the same. We sound different in here. Making some changes with our video software. And that does something with the audio too, I guess. Maybe natively to the room here.
Because of the PPM thing. So
what about right there? There we go.
That's a little better.
I had it in program instead of
okay.
That we don't want that.
We don't want that. We want that.
There we go. See, people are coming in here and pushing buttons and doing things. Okay. This is what we want. I shouldn't be blaming
They're saying it's very low on YouTube.
It's very low on YouTube.
You can adjust that on the fader that's on the, just
well, let me throw it right up there.
crank it up.
Put it all the way to the top.
Also,
got you pinned, YouTubers.
Yeah.
If you'd like to join us, please do. 216-578-1007. If you want to call live, 800-348-1007. Leave messages on the iHeartRadio app. Talkback button there. We'll get to some of those a little bit later on. A lot of accolades coming in for Cody for winning Best Sports Talker. What was last night for you? What was that like for you, Cody? When in the initial blush of your supernova stardom?
I had a lot of family members calling in and congratulating me, but other than that, I'm just a normal guy. I'm just like everybody else. I went home and turned on Amazon Prime and just was watching some things. Oh wow, you know
What'd
what?
you watch?
There's no porn on there. Why were you on Amazon Prime?
Because I wanted to watch a movie.
Oh, what did you end up watching?
Some Israeli film.
Some Israeli film.
It was with subtitles, but it had like a lot of ripped guys in it. My thing is on delay now, so the engineer's gonna have to come in and fix this.
You're gonna be
you guys live.
You're gonna be on delay, but I don't think we can fix that.
The video, yeah, that's part of what.
You're not gonna be able to see us in real time anymore because it's a different.
Used to it.
I know. I'm sorry. It's just a different audio feed now, and it has to. I don't think there's any way. We can ask him.
But I don't you guys at all now because it's gonna mix me up.
No, you'll just have to listen to us.
Yeah.
Listen. We are on the radio. After all, we can have all the extra bells and whistles we want. But the only thing that's important is whether or not these microphones work and our headphones work. No, we're all on 20-second video delays in here, so.
I did.
Listen, Poundcake, think about us. We can't see your shining face in real time either. We're the real victims here. What's that?
You don't care about that, though.
That's true.
I care. I want to see you.
Nevertheless.
Your nice little swoop.
I was just reading about how if you have an iPhone, and perhaps you haven't done it yet, but you can update your phone to iOS 17, the brand new updated operating system there for your iPhone. And there's all kinds of new things you can do. Every time that they update the software on your phone, it's not always a momentous occasion, but this iOS 17, there's a lot of new things in it, some of them cooler than others. But the one that jumped out at me was you can now blur pictures on your phone and when you're sending them to somebody.
What do you mean blur them?
Well, like if you're sending a D-pic, you can blur it and it'll tell them, hey, this might be sensitive. When you go online and they have blurred photos.
I thought they already had that function.
I thought they did too, but this says it's on iOS 17.
Maybe, well, I know it's on like Instagram or like.
Right, but you have to click the thing. So this way you send a photo and somebody's not going to get their face blown out because when it pops right up on their phone.
My favorite thing is to write people in invisible ink. I always write obscenities and they have to uncover it, and it's always something mean.
He's Encyclopedia Brown over there.
Like if I call someone a fat bitch, I'll put it in the invisible ink so they have to like literally go by with their finger and just uncover what I say. And it's an insult. I just find it the most hilarious thing in the world.
Yeah, but you're a very in-your-face insulter. Why do you want to hide the insult?
Because I think it's funny when I make you work for it. You do all that work to uncover it. I'll space it out too. So you got to do one row and then the second row and then the third row is just big.
So it's like with that scratch paper where you have to,
essentially,
okay.
yeah.
All right.
I love that. I didn't know that was a feature until someone did it to me. I was like, that's the coolest thing in the world. Almost makes have an iPhone worth it.
Yeah, so your iPhone will detect, it would detect the nudes. And it will show up on you. So you don't set it.
Okay, so because I knew you could set it before, but now you can, like, it'll set it automatically.
Yeah, you can say there's a sensitive content warning setting.
I don't like that.
You can set that. Why? Well, it's going to be very useful for people who send a lot of D pics because.
Just nudes in general.
Or nudes in general.
That means your phone recognizes what a beehole looks like.
Well, your phone already knows what everything looks like. Privacy as we know it is long gone.
It really is.
These are like little Band-Aids along the way that, make people, it's the illusion of control, I guess, but it makes people feel a little bit more comfortable as these machines we carry around are constantly mining our data.
Pretty soon it's going to be, you know how like your phone can detect if it sees repeat faces, it knows who this person is and it'll like put it in there like, oh, this is so-and-so.
Like a little folder for them.
Now it's going to do that with like D pics. It's like, oh, you see this dick a lot. You see this D a lot. And it recognizes
Oh, you dummy. Oh, God. All right.
Starting out the gate, yeah.
That's a big load.
I was reading this clickbaity article last week. They said modern cars are a privacy nightmare because, as new cars are made, they're becoming more and more reliant on computers and internet connections. And, it's not just Tesla. It's not just EVs. These are things that are getting implemented into just modern cars in the name of convenience and things like that. But they're like, but these car companies now are going to be able to sell your data, share and sell your data. And the articles are like, they're going to know everything about you, even your sex life. I'm like, tell me how my car is going to know about my sex life. Your car only knows the information that you put out there and give it. I mean, it's one thing to access, I don't know, maybe it's accessing people's phones in their cars.
They are Apple CarPlay or like you can download apps in your phone, your car computer.
Poundcake's videos like tripping out as he's talking.
I can't look at it anymore because
but I'm just saying, like, I'm watching it and it's like your mouth is doing like a glitchy thing. So as you're saying all this Apple stuff, it looks like Apple's trying to censor you.
Probably is. I've said too much.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting over the next day or two to see how this all works.
Well, I'm not updating it. Although the last time I didn't update my phone, my Apple CarPlay stopped, and I didn't know. I was like, "What's wrong?" And my brother was like,
"Fancy, you have CarPlay in your car."
They literally stopped. Like I play my music through there, like through Spotify. It stopped my Spotify because I didn't update my phone. I'm like, y'all are bullying me because I didn't want your latest update, and y'all all up in my business.
Well, that's why everybody was flipping out a few months back when BMW said that if you wanted heated seats, you had to pay extra, like it was an add-on.
What?
And so many people complain. I mean, first world problems, but people are like,
I didn't for a BMW.
I didn't spend all this money on my car to pay extra to get a la carted and nickeled and dimed on keeping my ass toasty in the wintertime. I think there was such a backlash they decided to. But it's going to be interesting the way cars go. My car didn't even have a touch screen. I mean, I'll run things. I just figured out the Bluetooth on the Kelly's Island ferry. We had 20 minutes to sit there in the car.
Wait, you've had that car for like 5 years.
It's a 2015. I swore up and down that it wasn't working the way it was supposed to. And I told Gwen, she goes, well, let me look at it. I go, I'm telling you, you're wasting your time. I've gone through this thing up and down and left and right, and it's just not syncing up to my car.
You didn't pair it properly.
The pairing was no problem at all. It's not a difficult... Bluetooth is super easy, but apparently I didn't have a button push or something. So she's going through it. And, of course, I'm sitting there. I go, you're just wasting your time. And then, of course, she
figures it out.
She got the button. And, or I accidentally found the button. So it was worse because I looked like a real moron as she was.
Because
I ended up doing one thing that I had never done before. I don't know how I even got to that. But
like you didn't
what was the button?
A notification or something?
Like it wouldn't stay connected or something? What was the
It
problem?
wouldn't connect at all. I couldn't find
Okay.
my phone. And so
Okay.
I'd have to go into this menu. It was like a series of menus that were buried inside
Okay.
something else. And I stumbled onto it, didn't even know it was there, or I could have been using Bluetooth. So now I'm like talking to people. You know, if somebody calls me, I'm talking in my car.
You're like, this is great.
All the other stuff you guys have been doing for 10 years now, AC is all on board.
You're 5 years late. Like,
I
did
know,
you
right?
know that you could make a phone call?
Dude,
through
I've
your car?
been using a lightning cable dongle to listen to my music. It's plugged into the USB. I'm like, I feel
There's
like
nothing wrong with that, though.
I know, but I feel like I was when I was in high school and you used to have to like you had to get a cassette adapter for your Discman and put it on. Oh, so silly. And now, you know, these things, they'll connect automatically. But yeah, I will hang on to my current car until the goddamn wheels fall off to 2015. And I'm not buying a new car for a long time. So
When I took my mom for like, I think we went to like my birthday dinner, and she was like, "Oh, so how you liking a new car?" I was like, "It's great. I can play whatever song I want. All I gotta do is tell Siri to play whatever." And she's like, "Oh, that's cool." And then she said, "Siri, play such and such," and it wouldn't do it. I was like, "She only listens to my voice." And she was like, "Damn it!" Like she was just so annoyed with the technology.
voice recognition.
She's
I
not
can't
Team
do
iPhone.
that, Dave. I got to take a break. If you want to send us a text, please do. 35192 is the text number. You can listen to us on iHeart